Phil. Welcome to episode 2 of the as yet unnamed podcast. We should do something about that today. Yeah. We'll call it the Southern Ukulele Store podcast for the moment because we are indeed in the Southern Ukulele Store. And how does that qualify us to talk to each other on camera, and what does that mean? Not a lot, really. We've tried everything else. We thought we'd try a podcast.
Yeah. The different avenue of actually talking about something that we do on the daily.
Yeah. And
makes sense.
The feedback from episode 1 was overwhelmingly positive. People are kind, you know. Everyone loves Star Wars.
Yeah.
Not as many people were as positive about Empire Strikes Back, and then it got even worse for Return of the Jedi. Yeah. So I look forward to episode 3 when the Ewoks come in.
I'm hoping they do. Well, there is one now.
So we're joined today by Christian, who is part of the team here at SUS. He's he's probably the most intelligent of the 4 of us, but we wouldn't know because he's got to get his voice out past the 3 of us.
He doesn't need to speak. It's just there.
He's just there.
It's implied.
The quiet, bitter sarcasm.
Dobby's not allowed to speak.
Yeah. So
don't you forget it.
Christian is, you might have seen him on the Friday Jams. He's primarily a keys player, composer, not such a refined ukulele player at this point, but you're getting there. I've seen you with customers, and all of a sudden you're breaking out the tunes.
My preferred instrument is the coffee machine.
he does do wonders with that, doesn't he?
Plays it well.
You're like a caffeine wizard.
So we wanted to involve Christian, and I was delighted when Christian said he was up for being on the pod. So we're not sure who's going to be here from week to week, but now we know that this is something that we're going to attempt to do every week. It might just be 2 of us some week. We might expand it, and we might even have guests down the line if people can get up early in the morning enough to get here on time. So how's your week been, guys? Romeo?
Pretty good. Car troubles. So no Luthery for me this week. But looking forward to going back to doing it next week as normal. Car is all fixed now, yay. So mainly a kind of nice steady week in the shop.
What's the most interesting thing you worked on this week?
The most interesting thing I worked on this week was a fan of jazz mistress, and I tell you what I did, which I love doing, and I was like, Phil, I said to Phil about it yesterday, I never fit Guadalupe strings, low dropped octave strings to a baritone before. Never done it, so just haven't ever had the opportunity, I guess. Did that the day before yesterday, and then Phil just did final checks on it, and I was like, these are just amazing strings, like so the depth and warmth of them. So that was quite fun, and kind of getting the uke prepared for that to work in tandem with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's been a couple ones this week that have not been like overly challenging. Some weeks are.
That one in particular, though, was just so lush.
It was really lovely, wasn't it?
I feel like those strings in particular kind of they kind of steer you into a certain style of playing.
But you don't want to play as hard.
No.
Yeah. But it's really nice. You can kind of be guided by the instrument, which is really cool.
It reminded me of the first time I heard a Fender Bass 6, like a baritone guitar.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I love this for one song.
Yeah.
And it's not something that you maybe make your main instrument, but it definitely breathes new life into something you're not playing very often.
Texture is just, that's what I liked about it.
What I liked most about Guadalupe when we first started doing them was Adam Pulfer, the guy who works for us remotely. If you don't know him, he does our mail outs and stuff. I tasked him with making the listings for them and trying them and getting to grips with them. And he just fell in love with them.
Yeah, I remember as well.
It was the first time we'd ever had ukulele strings made of silk rather than nylon or nile gut or fluorocarbon. It was like, we've got something different here, made of silk. What does that offer? And I think with those dropped octave strings, I like that, first of all, they're all wound because they're trying to protect the silk inside. But you don't have to do a lot of modification to the nut when you put those dropped octave strings on. They just work.
Yeah.
Even though they're they're the same thickness as a normal baritone string, they are designed to work an octave lower. It's great.
Yeah. And the best factoid about Guadalupe is what you told me is the guys from Los Lobos who do La Bamba.
Yeah.
That's the best fact, because they do all the mariachi stuff as well, don't they? A lot of the mariachi instruments.
Yeah. Now this will polarize people, but my favorite thing about them is that they're just authentic. So when somebody complained online about a string snapping to them, you know, we get emails sometimes where somebody tells us a problem that could be a sentence, and instead they decide to spend their entire evening writing this massive email, like it's going to make a difference. And I'll be honest with you, it doesn't. You know, we're looking for the point sometimes, and they just responded back saying, "I have your $10 back, you nerd." And that was their reply.
Yeah.
Like, okay, fair enough. So they're not going to be for everybody, but actually as a retailer selling them, I like how there's nothing really on the wall like it, and they come in a brown bag. Feels like they should be illegal to use in public because
and it's just and the cool stamps on them always change. Just like there's got to be a Guadalupe string packet collector out there, and it's probably just making a scene on their wall of like all the different string types.
I like how highly detailed like the labelling is on it, but none of the like detail actually helps you like know what string you're picking.
There'll probably be at least one person who watches this email can attest that we make more mistakes sending Guadalupe strings out than anything else, because the packaging you can't decipher it. There's no dropped octave, it's just capital G, bigger capital G. It reminds me of Four String Boys' definition of the A chord. Have you seen that this week?
Oh, I saw that this morning.
It's like people call it an A, but it's actually not. If you move up 3 frets and you play a C, it's a C. If you move down, it's C flat. If you move down, it's C flatter, and if you go all the way down, it's C flattest. That's kind of what Guadalupe packaging is like. It makes sense to somebody.
Oh, I'm looking forward to calls about this. I'm trying to get to C flattest. Did you know how I can get there? Oh no.
Well, I'm sure Phil could teach a lesson on it. Anyway, how's your week, Phil?
Yeah, mate. My week's been cool. It's been good. It's been nice and fun in the shop. Teaching's been good. Doing some kind of cool pentatonic work with some students this week, which was really cool. Looking at how you move between, like we were looking at the Marcus King tune, Wildflowers and Wine. Mm-hmm. And it's really interesting because you can kind of pivot from playing E minor as an improvised lead line over it, and then through another part of the chord section, you can drop into G minor. And so it's breaking down all 5 positions of each key and going, but which one sits closest to that one from the other key, and how do you pepper in and create that kind of additional flavour? And it was really really fun lessons this week in more kind of creative spaces.
Has anyone got to the solo on Mr. Blue Sky yet?
Yes, somebody has.
Was it Wendy?
It was not Wendy. It was Paul. So Paul is doing great. He's got his worksheet on it, so he's working away. I'll see how he's doing in a couple of weeks when we have another lesson.
We've all had to learn Mr. Blue Sky to play in Friday Jam today. I saw Christian brought his amp in, and we've been kind of trying to get it ready for today all week. We even got a drummer coming in.
The big question is, have I learnt the solo already?
Well, let's see what happens.
Let's see.
But that's the beauty of it now. We were talking about this the other week. After nearly 3 years of Friday Jams, we're at a point now where we've played together a lot, and we lock in. Unless the song is a little bit on the weird side, like when we did Life on Mars, where it's just constant key changes, we can lock in pretty quickly now, and it's fun almost straight away.
Life on Mars was really like the test, wasn't it? Because, as you said, because of how many chord changes there were, and because where those chords come in and the part changing, it was, and then like you then had the mammoth task as well of singing over that, where those changes come in, and it was I think we found that process on that one particularly quite exhausting, but it was a good one to do because we all need to be challenged with it.
Vocally, it was easy. It was really easy for me. I'm not being arrogant. I've sung songs in that register for so many years. That was fine, but it's the only time we've done a Friday Jam where my brain's actually hurt. Like at the end, I felt physical pain trying to retain that information. I haven't felt that way since I was at school.
Yeah.
It's a really challenging song.
It's lyrically genius. Though,
Yeah,
as well.
and
Who picked
nonsensical.
that
yeah.
one anyway? Was it?
No,
I
think it
I
was-
think, I,
it
think
was-
I sat where Romeo is and I
Yeah.
figured out the first two chords.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, we'll do Life on Mars.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when you go too far into something, like within about 15 minutes, we were 6 or 7 chords in. And you're like, we could do something else.
Let's
and I
keep
think I
going.
started trying to find something else for us to do.
Yeah.
And then one of us was with a customer, and I heard the other one trying to figure it out, and I was like, oh, bloody hell.
The killer bit was when we looked at the chorus and it was like even more chords.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It was, but a lot of it was also inspired to do as well because Christian before had compiled all of our Friday jams in a book and on a Google document of everyone we've done, so that we knew where we've been repeating things. And I think you even said a few days before, like, you've never done a Bowie tune before.
Yeah, shocked me. There's so many good Bowie songs.
Yeah.
That would have been easier.
We could have done
Heroes, Ashes
anything.
to Ashes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do a couple of the Mother Ukers. Well, it's just such a great artist.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I liked Bowie growing up, but I feel like you grow into Bowie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot. You grow out of Nirvana and into Bowie.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
You should be.
Yeah. For sure.
Definitely should be.
What about you, Chris? How's your week been?
Pretty standard, unremarkable. Just how I like it.
I'm going to point out, Christian, just to fit in, bought a coffee mug, but he hasn't actually made himself a drink. He made everyone else a drink and then didn't make himself one. But I love that you committed to the concept of the coffee table.
Yeah,
like
I mean, it's the same when you were like vaping or going out for smokes.
you don't do that?
Sort of.
I don't do that anymore.
I've tried once hanging out with some of you out there, and I end up saying something silly, and John makes fun of me, and I learned my lesson.
I don't know what you're on about. I've never been out there. Never been out there. Okay, right.
How was your week, Al?
I did that last time.
Yeah,
didn't I? Less Pete Howlett this week, which is not a good or a bad thing. Just less Pete Howlett this week. More focusing on Tukefest in Totnes, which I'm going to in a few hours' time. Today's packed, and I love it. But it's like doing the podcast and then packing up to go to the festival, and then Ben's coming in and we're going to film Friday Jam, and then I'm driving to Devon, setting up, playing tonight with the Mother Ukers, and then tomorrow I'm setting up the stand properly. I'm performing as a solo act, which I'm really excited for.
Nice.
And teaching, which I'm less excited for. And then I'm doing the stand the rest of the afternoon, and it's set to be easily one of the best organised ukulele festivals I've been to. Like Nick, who runs it, I didn't want to do a stand, and then he rang me, and I was like, "You son of a bitch, I'm in." He's just got loads of enthusiasm. And then the second phone call I had with him, we found out we both like Vespers, and then I'm like, "No, stop talking about ukuleles. Tell me about you."
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been a big build up this week, and rehearsing, which I don't do. I don't sit and rehearse very often. And I should, but I'm around musical instruments all day, so sometimes it gives me the ick to sit down and play at home. But all week I've been getting ready to perform, because I like to be at my best when I'm performing. I don't want to phone it in, so I've been going through my songs. I also started finishing the last part of the production of my album this week. So tying in nicely with finishing the album and actually rehearsing the tunes to play them live, some of them for the first time. And I'm nervous, but it's good. It's good nervous energy. And then at work this week, I know we've got some fanners coming in the next week or so. So that's been something I've been organising and sorting out. And tried the baby baritone strings on a Revelator Night Owl this week.
Saw that.
Yeah, that was
Results look good.
It plays and sounds absolutely fine. In fact, I compared it to my baritone. Because not many people realise the Revelator baritone, the US ones, actually only have a 19-inch scale. Mm-hmm. They're not a full Hawaiian style baritone. They're more like a New York, Boston style baritone, like a Favilla or a Vega. I'm boring people there. You can watch some of our baritone videos. I say the same information over and over again. But yeah, trying it on a 17-inch scale tenor with those strings, it sounds lovely, really full. It's not the loudest, but tone-wise, really, really sweet. So something I tried this week, and I think that's about the bulk of the excitement, really. Oh, I did spend a lot of time this week trying to navigate a cactus that looked a little bit too much like a penis. So we're doing a custom ukulele for Southern Ukulele Store and World of Ukes with Oli, and Andrew Cactus sketched up a cactus for us for the headstock veneer of this ukulele. It's going to be cowboy themed for no other reason than I like cowboys. I don't really sometimes I just make things because I want to see them being made, you know. But the cactus just looked a little bit too much like the Hulk's penis, didn't it? It was just a tiny stump.
Yeah.
And then the two prongs looked a little bit familiar. And that disappointment was all too familiar.
Did anyone think to call it? You're going to bleep this if it's too rude. But anyone call it the cactus?
The cactus. No, I didn't. It was my email. I wish I kept them. My phone's used for filming this, but I wanted to show the text. And the text, I'm like, I've consulted the boys, and unanimously we agree this is a little bit too phallic-like.
Yeah. It was very formal.
Back to the drawing board. So that was my week anyway. It was all about cactus cocks and baby baritone strings.
This it just taps into my juvenile sense of humour so much.
So I have an itinerary as usual.
Nice.
I think we should look at some of the names for the podcast that people have submitted.
Some of them.
You go ahead, Romeo. You did the research on this, went through the comments across various formats.
Apologies if I've missed any of them out. What do you want to do first? Do you want to do the names of the podcast or the questions?
Yeah, we'll do the questions a bit later.
Okay,
names
cool.
first.
So, at the top of the list, we've got the usual suspects. So
you can't even say it, so that's not going to
it's the maximum pun on the usual suspects. This is now the usual suspects. Then next up, we've got High G Suspicious.
I quite like that.
Yeah. That's a Rap podcast. Which is a play on words for Romeo, Alex, and Phil. Which
we've now ruined because we've got Christian.
Yeah,
but that's
it's the crap.
It's the crap podcast. Crap
that works.
That's actually quite fitting.
Yeah.
We then have Suscast.
Yeah.
The Usual Sus Pod. Sus 3Ps in a podcast?
I didn't get that. I asked, and there was a good reply to that.
Right.
Yeah, but it was basically the pirate, the pigeon, and it didn't quite make sense. But you could shoehorn it in if you really wanted to.
Yeah. Suspenders. This is my favourite one, and because it is awful, but I really like it. Strumbody told me.
Strumbody told me. Oh, I like it, but I don't. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. That's Sus Pod. So I guess I like that 70s show or whatever.
A lot of S's.
I think that's more like. There are a lot of that kind of thing in the pod world, isn't there? It's like that Peter Crouch podcast, and that will do. I don't know. That there's loads of that kind of thing out there, isn't there?
And last but not least, Uke can't handle the truth.
Well, I don't like any of these enough to go. Yeah, that's the one. I don't know about you.
It's tricky, isn't it? Because like something like the Southern Ukulele Store podcast or the Sus podcast. Like ties in with the Southern Ukulele Store SUS brand in that kind of like big picture sort of thing, but it just feels a little bit effortless. I wouldn't say lazy, but it doesn't feel like because we're also talking about this amongst ourselves, and I think that when we've spoken about that, we've thrown those names out there and we've all kind of gone, but we could think of something better.
The thing is though, for this to actually go, I need to set it in stone because I don't want to pay £12 to change it at a later date.
Yeah, I really like Suscast. I think it's
my favourite one you didn't say. Somebody put it actually might have been Christian suggested it. The middle G. So not the high G, not the low G, the middle G podcast. I was like, I quite like that. If you dress it up nice so that the logo makes sense that it's ukulele related, that could work.
The middle G.
The middle G. I don't know. Right. Well, that fell a bit flat. We didn't come up with anything there. We tried. So I think it's time for some trivia. You ready for some trivia?
Do some trivia.
Our guest this week.
That's
I feel
the
like we
official
need
theme tune.
like a sound bite.
So this week, I actually have the questions in advance. I'm not reading them out and we're pretending. We have Sammy, 4-string boy, as our guest this week. He has sent the questions through. I don't know the answers. I made sure the video worked, but I don't know what he said.
Can I just preface it? If anyone points it out that I look like him, you're immediately banned. I do not.
You do
I'm
look.
not his twin.
You look like him.
Sorry, Sammy.
But you've got a kindness in your eyes that Sammy could never replicate. And Sammy has a menace in his eyes. He looks a little bit like Gothic John Lennon. Okay, right. Let's turn this right up.
Hello boys, it's 10 Thumbs Tracer here. I've got 3 questions for you today that involve either myself or flight ukulele. So a bit of 4-string flight trivia for you. In last week's podcast, Alex rightfully said that my very first flight ukulele was the Flight Fireball, and it was all thanks to him that I fell in love with the damn thing. Now, here's your question. Can you name every single flight model that has a solid mango body? Don't worry about the different sizes. I'm just interested in the actual model name.
Solid mango body.
Cool. Okay.
Right, okay. Fireball,
Yeah.
Aviator,
Yeah.
Songbird,
Yeah.
Comet,
Yeah.
Caribou,
Yeah.
Does the Maya?
Maya.
Maya. Yeah.
Yeah.
They like mango, don't they?
Well, I was curious whether it's a mango body, like is it top?
He's talking about the body, not the top.
Not
so
the
it's
top.
Like, so it's good. So it's not laminate. So it's
Yeah,
got to be
yeah.
solid. Oh, there's an A10 Mango Dragon.
Yeah,
Mango Dragon.
Is that
Yeah.
7? Any more?
You said all the ones I was thinking of.
I think that might be it.
I think it might be it, but
Yeah.
there's one I feel like I'm missing.
We'll soon know.
Did you get it? So we've got 7 in total. We have the Fireball, we have the Songbird, we have the Comet, we have the A10 Dragon, we have the Aviator Galaxy, the Aviator Quilted Maple, and of course, the Sus Caribou.
I mean, you said aviator.
But what was the other one I said? I've already forgotten.
Mango Dragon.
He said the Mango Dragon, that A10.
So Maya's not one of them then.
Well, no, because Maya's.
He's forgotten the Maya.
So they're actually,
So actually,
8.
we got it right. They're at 8. So do we get a point, or does Sammy need to go back and try a bit harder?
He mentioned aviators twice.
He did. He said, but he also said the quilted maple one. Does the quilted maple one have a mango body? I don't think it does. If only we were in a shop that had one in stock. I've gone blank. I think Sammy's wrong there. Well, that's a good start, isn't it? So the trivia round.
There we go.
For the second time.
Half a point each.
I think.
Yeah, I think.
Call it a draw.
Call it a draw.
Call it a
We
draw.
said 7. He said 7.
Yeah.
The details.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Here's a little spoiler for you though. Flight will be releasing 2 brand new, completely mango models: the Flight Umbongo and the Flight Lucasade Tropical Sport Edition. Mango.
Oh, weird.
Okay, question number 2. On my signature flight ukulele, the 4SB, I have the fret markers marked on the left for where the natural harmonics sit on the ukulele neck. So I have them on the 12, the 7, and the 5. However, there's an extra place where you can get those harmonics on the neck that does not have a fret marker on this ukulele. Can you tell me what fret number that is?
9.
9. I was going to say 9.
No, wouldn't it be the other way? it would be the fifth fret mirrored past the 12th would produce the same harmonic, wouldn't it? So if you went up, if the ukulele had enough frets, you could do. So over the 17th or the 19th would produce the same harmonic.
What down the? You're going past the 12th fret. I'm thinking before that. I thought there was.
But
one.
then in the same way, am I right in thinking his doesn't have a marker on the 3rd fret, and actually the 3rd fret, which would be the 15th past the 12th, has a marker on the other side, so the 3rd fret could qualify.
Yeah.
There's a multiple choice. Okay. So you think what? Give your answer.
I'm gonna just go between the two of you and go like 9, just to be awkward.
You think 3rd?
I'm gonna go 3rd, just so we differ.
I would have said 3rd.
Is it 17?
It's 17.
17. 5 up from.
Yeah.
5 up from 12. Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to your harmonics, we start off at the 12th fret, and then we jump down 5 frets to the 7th fret. But you can also jump 5 frets up to get the exact same sound. That would make it the 19th fret, where there is no markers there.
I mean, that's what I said.
Okay, last question.
Okay, question 3. My first album, There, is full of songs that represent the feeling and the mood of different weather conditions. And on that album, I exclusively used all flight ukuleles who are based in Ljubljana, Slovenia. So, really easy question for you. Can you spell the title of my album, There? And can you also spell Ljubljana, the city in which Flight are based?
Love that. When he said Ljubljana, I went, I hope it's not spelled Ljubljana.
Thea. I think there's a thing in a game I'm playing called Thea, and I'm pretty sure it's spelled Theia.
Yeah, that's how I would go as well.
I know that's not right because I've seen his album cover so many times, so I know Ver is VEJR. 4 letters on the front of his album.
VEJR.
You've just said that, and it's like
Denmark.
being in my head. Yeah.
Ljubljana's harder. I think it might be as it sounds with the J coming after the L. LJ. My guess would be LJUBI. No, LJUBINA. I don't know. I'm lost it now.
I think so.
LJU Lu BIBANA. Anna. And I'm getting that confused with Juliana, who is the owner of Flight. They actually, rumour has it that she was there first, and they just built all the infrastructure around her and named the city after her.
the last daughter of Krypton.
Juliana, could you tell me where the Ljubljana is? Anyone else want to have a go?
Say it again.
Ljubljana.
It's LJUB.
Yeah.
Yeah, IANA. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Something like that.
No.
Or IENA.
LUPIANA.
Okay, I'm just making a note now. Next person to do trivia, don't ask us to spell. It makes for bad podcast content. Right, here you go.
So, easy question for you clever boys. Vejr is the Danish word for weather, so it's spelled VEJR. And Ljubljana, very easy to spell, obviously. LJUBLJANA. I'm sure you got that right easily. Love you. Have a good day.
Love you too, Sammy. Thank you for doing that.
Thanks, Sammy.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Good to hear from you. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Okay, that felt a bit flat to me because we didn't do as well as last week. We must make the questions
It's
easier.
alright. I only can retain so much information in my head at any given time.
To be fair, we got the same amount right as Sammy.
Yes.
So let's go back to Romeo with some of your questions, folks. We asked you to let us know some of your questions, things you want us to talk about on this podcast, and we thought we'd chip away at some of your suggestions this afternoon.
I've not named and shamed anyone to save anyone embarrassment, so I'll just read them as I found them on the line and in emails and things like that. So question 1, similar to the location finding service, what 3 words? I always ask myself what 3 chords, as often I find myself noodling on the same 3 when my fingers are on autopilot and my mind is elsewhere. D7, A7, E7. So for you chaps, what 3 chords?
I reckon Phil's got a good one for this.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about what 3 chords kind of we get stuck on, I just find myself falling into the FCG trap.
And if I had to describe you, it would be FCG. Weird
Cheers,
that.
mate.
Weird that. Although in my head it was B flat. It was coronet like in GCEA. But you're thinking baritone tuning, FCG.
I mean, get out of my head, man. Like,
I know. I'm here.
you know,
It's me, Phil.
you know too much. Yeah.
Make me a coffee, Phil.
But I would say, like, if you're looking to kind of get out of that trap, like, one thing you could try is, you know, using the resources, or, you know, finding yourself a teacher that will help you understand the inversions of these chords and playing them in new areas on the fretboard. Just playing the same chords that you're used to in a new area can really open up the fretboard for you and give you new spaces to noodle in, which is a really good little tip, I think.
And that feeling you get when you do find new inversions of chords, it's not something that only makes you feel good when you're a beginner. I'm 20 years in now. When we're trying to work out a Friday jam, if I figure out a space saving way of doing all 3 chords in quick succession higher up the fingerboard, it makes me feel great. Like, it releases dopamine, just being able to kind of create a different way of doing things to the norm. It's worth playing around with it.
Absolutely.
What about you, Chris? What's your 3 chords?
Thing is, I don't really have names for them.
That's very autistic of you. What colour chords would you do?
If I spent time, I could, because I did music theory, but I like to make a little bit chromatic sound. I like the little diminished chords, which doesn't sound so great when you're trying to show off a ukulele in store to someone.
I don't know, like when you do descending patterns, I quite like that, you know, when you try and just take one semitone from a chord and move it down, you quickly find new ways of doing things.
Yeah.
What about you, Romeo?
I'm going to say A minor, and then like some 9th chords on top of that, and just kind of inversions of that.
Okay.
You kind of love to hang out in that kind of gypsy jazz flamenco space.
Yeah.
So you like instantly gravitate to.
You just like to put a little bit of tension in there when you.
Yeah, and like sometimes just jangly, like making some like strings open, just ring open. Mm-hmm. I don't know what you'd call those ones though. I guess in the 9th kind of realm of things.
I'm conscious that this should be a really quick question to answer and everyone's overanalyzing it. I'm just going to say D minor, E minor, A minor, because it's a great chord progression.
That is
it's
chord.
solid.
Yeah, like
solid
I knew
progression.
what Phil's would be. I know what mine would be. You two, your personality summed up very nicely. Like, you're looking at the instrument and you're stretching something more out of it, which is to be applauded, but shit content once again.
Technically, I under-analysed it.
You did,
so,
you're like, I just like to.
Yeah.
What 3 chords? Yes. Next question. I'm sure the 3 of you have musical likes and dislikes which differ from each other. Does this in any way affect the way you play together? For example, is there a preference on how you go about things, the do and the don'ts? Do you have rules amongst yourselves? I'd be interested to hear.
I mean, you'll notice that we never have done a Spice Girls tune on Friday Jam, so that's
Thank
my
God.
likes.
Or
put to the
ABBA.
bin. Yeah, or ABBA.
Thank God.
I'm not allowed any of my likes.
We haven't done bread.
No bread.
No
yeah.
bread.
Oh yeah, you're obsessed with carbs, aren't you?
And the bands.
Yeah, Spice Girls, all them carbs.
Out of interest, Alex, has there been songs you've suggested you really want to do but hasn't gone past that stage?
Yes.
I don't know. I find it very hard to care that much about it. I just go, I just like when we decide what we're going to do, I just like to lock in and be in the moment on Friday Jam and play it. In terms of listening to music in the store and stuff like that, like I find that Romeo and I both like everything equally, so it's quite nice. Like Romeo quite often puts on music I wouldn't have chosen, and I lock into it, and for the rest of the day I'm enjoying it, and vice versa. Phil has slightly different tastes, but I mean, there's not really anything you like that's bad. You do make the worst suggestions for Friday Jam, but you have made some of the best. So, you know, it's that pendulum, like, you know, in every single team, every single football team, there's that creative player that can do amazing things when they get the ball, and then when they're off the ball, everyone else has to carry them. That's kind of what it's like when you choose Friday Jam.
I don't know whether this is true, but like sometimes it just feels like you want to do the songs that are so cheesy because you just want to see what the reaction's going to be.
I love the cheese.
Yeah,
I love
like,
it. And again, we're back on it, but like I'm talking food and style and theme. Like I love cheese. Like
give me bread,
give me cheese,
give me spice,
but little bit of pickle.
I'm so hungry. But you come up with some of the best, some of the worst. Like my least favourite Friday Jam we did was All Saints, Never Ever. But it was good. It was my least favourite that I've been involved in, and that I think that was me suggesting that to you to kind of acquiesce and meet you halfway on some of your suggestions.
It's like you want cheddar. Check this out.
Ultimately, though, like we all like music. That's what we're here, don't we? You know, we all like music, and back when we were in Southbourne, we never would have been able to make a Friday Jam. It just wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have been. I think Rob, who had the shop before, you know, he liked that kind of thing, but I don't think he saw the goodwill that comes with that, both in terms of being here and to people out there watching. Like it's an event for some people. If you're having a bad week, like I think consistently being able to come across people that cheer you up and mean it is a good thing. So that's what a Friday Jam's there, you know?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Next question.
Next question. Hey guys, I'd be interested to know your thoughts on workshops and camps and festivals. What do you hope an attendee will walk away with? What do you like to give, not physically apart from a worksheet, and hope they will learn by attending? And what do you expect from those attending? I know each workshop has different emphasis, subject, etc., but there are now so many weekend festivals and camps offering different skills. Apart from choosing something you're interested in, what criteria do you think we could employ for choosing the right one for you, apart from affordability? Sorry if it's all a bit garbled. Nice podcast, by the way.
I actually know who asked that question as well.
Okay, I just think I might be wrong. For me, it's just about human connection. Because if you're into something, you want to meet up with other people that are into it, and that will often inspire you to play and create. Like being around other people in a bit of a herd, seeing what they do and how they enjoy their hobby should stimulate you in enjoying it yourself. I mean, when we do workshops here and have events here, I honestly don't really mind what people get out of it. There are a few times we've had people that come that don't even really go to all the workshops. They like to sit in the shop and just talk about the shop and talk about ukuleles. It's more about giving people an avenue to get what they need from it, even if they don't necessarily know what that is when they arrive.
Yeah.
So, you know, not everyone needs a workshop from Matt Hicks on how to hold a ukulele on stage. That's not going to work for everybody. Not everybody's looking at a soprano ukulele to sound like Chris David Shannon, but you're going to pick up an inversion that's going to make you play a different song better, or look at a different song or something else you do differently. And maybe it turns out that you shouldn't have been holding the ukulele upright like a cello the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't really... I don't know how to answer that question other than each to their own.
I think it definitely comes down to the individual. I've seen people that come to our events who just kind of soak in the vibe, and I've seen them just chilling at the back of the room, just listening to the acts. And some people just come to watch the acts, like you know. I do that when I go and see, we're lucky in Absolute when they have the guitar workshops and stuff. I go, well, this guy's cool. I'm just going to watch him shred guitar for an hour or whatever. that's what I get out of it, those kind of things. But I think for our attendees, definitely is community creation and just, you know, being able to kind of be amongst it all, I think. But it's definitely down to the individual, 100%.
What's more interesting to me is how the other performers and teachers respond to being in an environment where there's other teachers and performers.
Yeah.
Chris Davis Shannon always sits and watches every single workshop with a ukulele and sits and does it regardless of the difficulty level. We're talking somebody who arguably is the best in his niche.
Yeah.
He just takes the workshop on face value because he's learning from the educator, and he may be learning how to communicate. Someone go and turn the light off and just actually be a bit annoyed about it as well. Yeah, so many of the people just sit and do the workshop and enjoy it on face value, even if they're not really there to learn anything. They're not necessarily going to learn how to play anything better, but they're learning how to communicate the art of ukulele across somebody. I don't know, that's my take on it anyway.
Yeah.
Is there any more questions before we wrap today up?
I reckon we could do one more question, can't we? What did you all do before you worked at SUS? Tell us a little about your journeys.
I think you should go last, Romeo, because you've got the boat. Because you're the best at spells.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think. What about you, Phil? What did you do before you worked at SUS?
So before I came here, I did a little bit of work in a local recording studio. I'd actually kind of gotten the job here when I just kind of moved back to Bournemouth. I grew up in Bournemouth, but then I moved away to Reading. I worked in a guitar shop up in Reading, studied music production, and I was doing things like that because at that point in my life I was getting married and like my band had ended. I've been in bands in the past, was in a rock band, which is so different. It's that whole kind of, you know, I think that's where my love for solos and stuff kicked in. And then moved back here, got the job here, and the rest is kind of history.
For you, SUS has been more the starting point, and then you're going off into other avenues now.
It's been like a...
But you learn on the job and done loads of different
things. It's like the nucleus, which is really cool.
What about you, Christian?
I did university, did like music theory and all that kind of stuff, because I desperately wanted to be a composer. Worked at a supermarket cafe, whose name I shan't say the brand of.
No free promotion.
No free promotion for you. Worked there, did a lot of like coffee stuff, hence why I came here. I do the coffee van, keep everyone caffeinated, but obviously love music, so it was the perfect.
I take the opportunity to say he doesn't just do the coffee van.
No.
We hired Christian because we needed somebody to do the coffee van, but Christian and I have been friends for over 25 years, so I just wanted Christian around, and all of our logistics and how things run and function day to day, Christian is
big part of.
It's like things like international shipping and like all of our logistics and getting the post out, the things that free us up to do a lot more of the workbench stuff and this kind of content is because Christian came in and became what we needed him to be, even if it wasn't necessarily a natural fit. Like, I don't think any musician was ever meant to be handling international logistics. That's my take on it after 20 years.
Yeah.
Basically, you needed another autistic person to do the admin stuff, not another ADHD person to get distracted and
You've totally
perform.
got it, yeah. They call me the collector. Shall I say it? Because everyone in my life is neurodivergent. I just collect you all.
Pokemon.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm still waiting for you to evolve. If I rub you up enough, then do the level.
No, I only evolve on swaps.
I used to manage a computer game store. I was the assistant manager actually, and I had a great manager, really lovely guy called Carl, who just had infinite patience and was so good at getting the best out of people and making them want to work. And the best compliment I ever got from Adam Pulfer, who worked with me at Game, was that I reminded him of Carl. And I was like, oh, that meant I grew into the role of being like a decent man manager like he was. And I worked at Game for a few years. I started here as the Saturday boy, but really I was in a band, and I took that very, very seriously all through the mid 2000s up to around 2016, 2017. Like that was my life until I started having kids. Like Southern Ukulele Store for me was always something that I enjoyed. I didn't really know what my life was going to be, but the ukulele found me rather than me find the ukulele. And I think that's the case. If you talk to most people who work in ukulele specific stores, very few of them will have kind of grown up, unless maybe you're in Hawaii, would have grown up around it. It's something that's developed, just like the ukulele. It's grown exponentially in the age of the internet. And I think we're all although we're kind of all 40 or approaching our 40s, we're all kind of too young to have done anything else before this, other than Romeo.
Before I worked here, I moved to Bournemouth about 8+ years ago from Cornwall. Whilst I was in Cornwall, I was doing the band thing quite a bit. And then when I moved to Bournemouth, I needed a job. So I got a job in ladies' lingerie. That was
you were wearing it for the interview, or the job was in?
Yeah, my job was working with ladies' lingerie, or other genders are available. But that was, I won't name the premise of which I worked, but it was actually really fun. I really liked it. Not because it was, to be salacious or anything like that, darling, but it was just fun to do because it was something completely different. I'd never done anything like that before. And then I broke my ankle tripping over a bra. No, I didn't. I broke my ankle. I then had to be moved to a different department where I was working on food conveyor belts, and I really needed a job I liked, and I wanted to go to work every day and felt like I was doing something good. So I just randomly walked into the shop one day on my way to busk on Bournemouth Pier, and I spoke to Alex, and Alex just looks at my banjo, my cello and my guitar and is like, well, who the hell is this guy?
And I just thought, I need another autistic person.
So that's, and then so I've been here now for 6 years.
Yeah. What I like most about Romeo is he's not told the whole story. His life is a comedy in the sense that we can talk about, we can say like, no, I wonder how it works there. You'd be like, as my time working on a farm in Devon. They'd be like, all right, what did you do? As a pig farmer in Worcestershire, I worked on the markets in Cornwall.
Yeah.
I worked down the mines. For a little time I picked strawberries in France. It's like,
there's usually like I've definitely done like cliff notes with that
I
one.
used to manage a longboard store.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
It was a shark spotter for a French film crew.
It's when you started and you didn't have you weren't driving at the time.
No.
And you were just like, okay, and then we started speaking about driving and you were like, yeah, I used to drive all the vans when I was touring, and I was like, what?
Also it's like, this didn't happen, but I remember a conversation similar. It was I've got a forklift license. Oh, fantastic, can you drive this forklift? Now mine only covers vintage forklifts.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I used to do vintage farm machinery shows. That didn't happen.
No, I know exactly. I know it. Yeah, it was. There's been. Rob used to say, "Oh, I forget what a life you've led."
Exactly. We're reminded daily. I love it. So we love you. We wouldn't change it for the world. I think we should end today's pod with Life on Mars. Should we throw it back to the Friday Jam?
That's a cool.
The battery ran out as we were saying goodbye, everybody. Ignore them. We'll be back next week. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
It's a god awful small affair to the girl with the mousy hair, but her mummy is yelling no, and her daddy has told her to go, but her friend is nowhere to be seen. Now she walks through a sunken dream to the sea with the clearest view, and she's hooked to the silver screen. But the film is a saddening bore, for she's lived it 10 times or more. She could spit in the eyes of fools as they ask her to focus on sailors fighting in a dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's a best-selling show. Take a look at the wrong man beating up the wrong guy. Oh man, wonder if you'll ever know. It's the best-selling show. Is there life on Mars? It's on America's tortured brow that Mickey Mouse has grown up a cow. Now the workers are struck for fame, 'cause Lennon's on sale again. See the mice in a million hordes, from Ibiza to the Norfolk Broads. Royal Britannia is out of Browns, to my mother, my dog and clowns. But the film is a saddening bore, 'cause I wrote it 10 times or more. It's about to be writ again, as I ask you to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the best-selling show. Take a look at the law man beating up the wrong guy. Oh man, wonder if he'll ever know. It's the best-selling show.